Hi. My name is Shauri Mundial. Here is the presentation of my evidence 3. So here we go. Okay. First, it's the evidence 3. So let's first see the instructions. It says list and briefly describe important events of the last decades, from the crisis of the socialist bloc until today, the digital era. And then it says describe the following terms: there are globalization, terrorism, unipolar world, and digital era. And then it says that deeply about each concept and make a description that allows you to connect each term with the list of events provided previously, and then answer the following questions, which are: why the globalization emerged? The second one, in most cases, what caused the terrorist attack of the 20th century? Third one, how does the end of Cold War relate with a unipolar world? And the last one says that how the digital era influence today's society. So okay, first we're gonna start with the events. So here we go. The events I choose. Here are some of the names, but in here also you can see the names of the other events, so you won't get lost. So the first one is Nelson Mandela freed, and the brief description is that Africa frees Mandela imprisoned by 27 and a half years, and it says that in 1993 won a Nobel Peace Prize, and in 1994 he was elected president. He was the first like president in Africa. Okay, and then the next event is the Cold War ends. So here's a description that says the Soviet economy faced a continually escalating cost of the armories, and also although there was never military physical conflict, as the definition of Cold War said in later video, that the meaning of Cold War is that there is never uh, like a physical conflict. And so here it says that in late 1981 the Soviet Union itself dissolved into its component republics. So here is a brief description of the Cold War ends. So the next event is that Iraq meets Kuwait, and here's a description that says Saddam Hussein, dictator of Iraq, invaded Kuwait. So the U.S. President George Bush began preparation to protect other Arab nations and liberate Kuwait through the Operation Desert Storm, which lasted 2.5 months, at the end called the Persian Gulf War. So yeah. Um, so I'm gonna go to the another slide because there's an event of 2001, and then we're gonna go back. So yeah, here is a event of the Twin Tower collapse, and here's a description. It says that a jet crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. As the evacuation of the tower and its twin got underway, television cameras broadcast live images of what initially appeared to be a freak accident. Then, 80 minutes after the first plane hit, a second jet appeared out of the sky, turned sharply toward the World Trade Center, and cut into the South Tower. Only here, I put some of the consequences, which are actually like the description of the event, but it's more, we get more into the description of this event. So, yeah, here is, here is approximately of how many people died in this in this event of that Twin Tower collapse. So yeah, it was around 3,000 people. So yeah. Oh, and also here it says that the collision caused an explosion that showered in part the buildings and streets below, causing real damage in the economy. Lower Manhattan, yes, this accident, of course. Well, this this twin tower collapse, yet of course, caused a real a real damage in the economy. Yeah. So the last event here is a Haiti's earthquake. It's more recent. Well, it was 5 years ago, but it's the most recent event I put here. And here's a bit the description, sorry, that says in 2010 a magnitude of 7 earthquake devastated the Caribbean island nation of Haiti. The quake, which was the strongest to strike the region in more than 200 years, left over 2 million of people dead and some 895 millions Haitians homeless. Well, yeah, here's a little picture, but I'm sure well, everyone did know about this event that was the most devastating, I think, in the US. Yeah, so this already we see it. So here are the terms of globalization, tourism, multipolar, and the digital era. So globalization is the movement that is toward everything with economic, financial, trade, and integration, of course, of the communications. Yeah, obviously. The major effects of the globalization are the advances in transportation, such as jet engineering, container ships, and also this includes the rise of the telegraph. But the modern ones now are the internet and mobile phones. And yeah, of course. Well, simplifying this globalization, it means that everything like gets spread. Tourism, yeah, it's when you use the violence as the only way to impose a government, to resist to the government, and all this can be done by the fear and the submission normally. Well, here is a comma. It's normally is to achieve a goal, and yeah, mostly of the times is to achieve a goal. Many times is used by political issues. So here is the third one. Yeah, concept of no, the term of unipolar world. It's when you have a dominating state that has a big amount of power in the economic, military, and political areas. The next one is the digital era. That is to change from the mechanical and the analog and also the electronic technology to the digital, as the name says it. And it's mainly characterized by the use of technology, of course, and you can infer this also from the name. So here's a relation with the events. Here, well, it's my opinion, and I put that the definition of globalization can be, well, I think the Cold War and also the invention of electrical wire. Well, maybe the Cold War, and I think also the invasion to electric wire. For example, the we can I related uh this term with these two events because maybe like they were selling military military stuff to some of the US. Well, there was selling, so I think that there was like trade where they were selling military weapons or yeah weapons. Um, Also the same of the invasion of Iraq to Kuwait, they were like selling weapons and yeah, that kind. The theorizing that one can be related easily with the Twin Tower collapse, of course, by searching a little bit more about these events, we can know that this was a terrorist attack, so it can perfectly be related with this term. The unipolar world, yeah, it's with the Cold War, because of the state. And the last one is the digital era. And this one, I think that maybe, in my opinion, can be related with the Twin Tower collapse, and also, but I think it could be a little bit more related with the IT earthquake, because it's like modern, well, the most modern event. So yeah, it can be related, I think, perfectly the term of digital era in that two events. So we're gonna go next with the questions. It says, why did the globalization emerge? Well, I put that the globalization first, something that's worldwide, that has to do with everything, is related with everything, like in definition is described. And I think that the globalization emerged because everything that we did or do in has like the necessity to expand. Yes, I said it later. Around the one example could be to transfer goods to other parts of the world. Um, yeah, and it has the necessity to spread. Second one, in most cases, what caused a terrorist attack of the 20th century? Well, I think maybe, as the definition said it, I repeat it again. The terrorism can be caused by many things. Mostly, terrorism can be by political issues. I repeat it. Maybe also, mostly at times, political issues. And yes, here it says that it's because of the definition says it. Yeah, yeah, and also here it's this method for governing, and yeah, maybe that was the main reason why there was terrorism. They wanted to impose their beliefs and force other people to accept and only do what they say. So the third question, how does the end of Cold War relate with the unipolar world? Yeah, I think that maybe the way that Cold War with the Cold War with the unipolar world can relate is that, for example, in the Cold War, the one that has the power, well, the state that had the power was dominating, or the one that has more power economically, military, and everything is the U.S. So yeah, that's the relation. And the last one is how's the digital era influenced today's society? Where here's, as the definition says, the digital era is considered the third industrial revolution, and like is considered the third industrial revolution because the digital era is mainly, of course, as the name says it, it's characterized mainly for the technology and the digital technology, and it has a lot of influence in our day because it is for the main instrument for the communication, and it's also the main source of information. And yeah, you can agree with me that yeah, it's the main source of information. So yeah, that's all, and here's the references of the pages where I took the information. So yeah, here's the presentation, and well, I think that this perfectly explained everything, the relation of the events with the turns, and well, yeah, that's all. Here is the presentation of the evidence. Thank you.